Good evening, everybody. So exciting to be here with you tonight. Have you all on here with us as well. I'm just double checking. We got this crazy new thing we have to go through to get on here with you guys, to get connected, to make sure everybody's on here. So I'm really excited to be here with you to talk to you tonight about one of my favorite things, which is seeing the people, getting out and touching and feeling and, okay, in a very nice way. In other words, to connect. I'm all about connecting with people. So good evening, everybody. I'm Marsha Brown. I'm business leader at Hooray Sales. And I forgot to put my little banner up here that said, welcome. There you go. So all of us with the Fab Five, Bayou, Excite, Galaxy, High Wattage, and Hooray are excited to have you here. In the comments, guys, please go ahead and tell us your name, your company, and where you live, because that's also very important to what we're going to talk about tonight. Because there's an old saying that find a town, lock it down. Okay. So that's really and truly what we're all about. We want to lock it down. We want to get in there and make sure that people know that TupAware is alive and well in the area. So it doesn't have to be your area. You could go to the town next to you. You could be on vacation and use wherever you stop. Every what do they call the rest stops that you stop at? You make it a point to connect with somebody in your rest stops, because tonight we're going to talk about being TupAware. All right, so be TupAware. So it's kind of a fun little play on the word Tupperware, but it's TupAware. And what I want to do is talk to you about how being TupAware is going to take you to a more successful business. Because really what it means is to be aware in every situation that you're in, the opportunity that you have to connect with someone about Tupperware. That's what TupAware means. To always be aware of the opportunity that you have to share Tupperware. Okay, so we're going to talk about where, we're going to talk about when, we're going to talk about how. And so I want you to get your pen and paper so that you can take some notes. And we are going to share some different images and things with you. But if not right after this tonight, definitely by tomorrow morning, because of course, I always have to have a challenge for you to follow when we finish. So we're going to finish there as well. But make sure that you have your piece of paper and pen, because if you ink it, you think it. And I want you to have lots and lots of ideas on things to do. Okay. So let's go ahead and start. There are many ways to be out there and be TupAware. All right. So we're going to talk about some of these different ones. Some of them are just like, okay, finders keepers. In other words, it's making sure that there are things out there that advertise you and your business. So in this little picture, you're going to see that there's a picture of a rock. Okay, have you ever seen those painted rocks when you're walking around? I see them sometimes in the little, when I go for my walk in my neighborhood. Sometimes there's little gardens and there'll be a rock in there. Sometimes when I'm on the beach, people will paint seashells and I'll find little painted seashells. And some of them will have a scripture. Some of them will have a little smile, a happy picture like painted that makes you smile. And so what we're going to do is we're going to all go and get some rocks. Okay. I want you to all think about doing this. This is something everybody can do. There's no fear in doing this, right? Get your rocks and paint some little pictures on it. And maybe you're not the greatest artist. That's okay. You can also get those little paint pens. That's a little bit easier. And if you're not sure that you can really do a great art job, just write the word Tupperware. Okay. And then on the other side, you're going to put your contact information and you're going to put your name and you're going to put your phone number, or your email or, your Facebook name so that they can find you. And then on your little rock, it's going to say for them to either contact you by text. I would give them, just put your phone number. They can contact you by text, or they can find you on Facebook and comment on your Facebook page that they found with a picture of the rock. So take a picture of you with the rock and post it. And that gives them either a chance to be in a drawing, or you could offer them a 10% discount or on their product purchase, or you could offer to get them a new catalog. So it's just a way to be visible, to get your name out there. Some of you maybe live in places where there's public bulletin boards. Even in our Starbucks, there's a bulletin board. People put their business cards on them. So you can make sure your business cards are out there. But here's something even more fun. This is like, an oldie, but a goodie, and it still works. Get a piece of paper and do something fun with Tupperware and said, have you been looking everywhere for Tupperware? Well, look no further. And then you can have just say Tupperware and your phone number. Okay. Or you can put your first name, Tupperware, like Tupperware Marsha, and put your phone number. And then you cut them at the bottom. So they're like tear strips. Okay. So that people see it and they go, oh, I have been looking for Tupperware. And now they know how to find somebody, so they can pull that off and they can call you or text you and let you know that they're interested in Tupperware. Now, here's the cool thing you got to do when you do these pieces of paper like this. Okay, it says, you've been looking for me everywhere, Tupperware, and you got a picture, maybe you just get the logo, put a picture of a bowl, put a picture of, something fun, cooked coming out of the bowl, and say, we're not, we're coming out of the bowl, and then contact me to get a free catalog. And so when you put it out there, tear off a couple of them. Okay, because what happens is people notice the ones that have been torn off. And so if you pull off a couple of them and it's hanging there, then people are going to more likely want to pull one off too. And then you can just check by every few days to see if any more have been pulled off. So that's always a fun thing to do. Another thing that you can do, so that's one. Another thing is to look for opportunities to get out and just be present. So McDonald's, a lot of them have play yards. So if you've got kids, go to the McDonald's, let your kids play in the play yard, take your stuff, have a little basket with some Tupperware products, and be working. Be working while your kids are playing, but you're visible with your Tupperware. You got your catalog out. You got your Tupperware, maybe on the back of your screen, you have a Tupperware logo. If you don't have one, print one up and put it on there. Have your Tupperware t-shirt on. I got mine on today. Mine on the back says, ask me about Tupperware is what it says. So that people will come up and they'll tell, can I, or do you sell Tupperware? And it's like, I wonder how they knew that. And I go, oh yeah, I forgot I had this t-shirt on. So wear your logo things out so people see it, but be out there visible. The McDonald's play yard, at the playground. So maybe there's a park near you and the kids can play and you can talk to the other moms there. You go with the intention of connecting with new people and starting those conversations. And you always want to be prepared when you get out there because you don't want to miss out on the opportunity, which is why you always need to have like a clipboard. Okay. And then you have some little slips on it. And I'm going to share a slip with you that you can have so that you can collect people's information while you're out and about. I always tell people that I have a drawing every month of people I talk to about Tupperware. So it gives me a reason to have to get people's information. Okay. You could even do your own little pop-ups out of the tailgate of your car. So, if you have a bus stop near your house, you could just drive your car up, open up the tailgate, have a little pop-up there with the moms while they're waiting for the kids. You could, when my kids were in preschool, there was always a lineup for people. And so I would always make little goodie bags, like about 2 months ago or so, several weeks ago, Corinne shared some tips and ideas on what she calls her sparkle bags. And she makes these little bags up with citrus peelers in them. I think I have one of these in here. Yeah, citrus peeler. So she has her citrus peelers. And she has a little thing that's, 10 uses for the citrus peeler and a little note that says, I appreciate you. And then it has, her contact information, and it has maybe a print off, like she'll do the all-in-ones on a half page. So they're kind of small, but it gives people an idea, but it has her website and the flow code to take them back to your website, to your contact information. And you have them in little bags. And so everybody you talk to, and you capture their info, then you can give them one of these. So that way you have a way to be in touch with them at the same time. So you always want to try to get their information too. So this is one of those things. So I would make up little things like that, little bags with citrus peelers and my contact info. And I would get out of my car and I would go to every other mother's car and I would just hand them one and say, have a great day. Sometimes I'd put a little bit of a piece of candy in there, so they just a little goodie thing. And, so that gives you lots of really cool things that you can do to connect with people. Um, the other thing that you can do is, if you know of a place that has like a, that there's a, well, of course, vendor events are always going on, and those are great places. I'm going to talk about those in just a second. But you can always just do a pop-up, like, just out of the tailgate of your car, have a couple of baskets of products and some catalogs and brochures. And maybe you're in at the grocery store parking lot in the back corner, put some balloons on your car, and just, pop it up and just have a big banner that says Tupperware. If there's an abandoned parking lot, like a store, like there's on one of the roads that I go by, there's a Walmart that closed, and there's a great big parking lot. You could just park on the corner, like at the parking lot closest to the highway, and have a Tupperware banner, and people could see you and they could pull in and come talk to you. So that's another way to get out there and see things. But you can also go around your neighborhood. I used to like to, pull my kids in the wagon around the neighborhood. But even now, you can walk the dog if you don't have a baby, borrow somebody's, or walk your dog. And while you're out walking, as you'll see, this girl, she's got her little pack of stuff that when she comes in contact with people, she gives them a little gift. And if all of us have Tupperware products sitting around, these little water bottles, some we've had a chance to get these as rewards. I have so many water bottles, I can't even imagine trying to use them all. And they're all new. This like whole box of water bottles. And so these are great also to give away as free gifts to people who you really engage with. And what you can do is you can make it what I call a message in a bottle. And so in the bottle, you could put something about, the opportunity to start their own business. You could tell them that we're looking for really sharp people and have that in there. And you hand it to them and say, you're just the kind of person that we're looking for in Tupperware. I'd like to gift you something with a message. There's a message in the bottle. And just take it and think about it, and get, and if there's anything, if you're willing to just listen to me for 5 minutes, I would love that. And then you get their contact information so you can follow up, and you give them a little gift. Okay, because there's the little slip on the front of this one, as you see on the picture. You get them to fill it out, you give them the water bottle, then you can call them back. You've got the message in the bottle about joining you in Tupperware and about hosting a party. So then when you call them back, you have something to talk to them about. So the key is that we have to get out there. So finders keepers, leaving things out there for people to find you. T-zone is everybody that lives to the left, to the right, to the front, to the back of you. Parking lots, driveways, food courts, wherever. Get out and do what we like to call guerrilla marketing. Okay. So another thing, as I mentioned, events coming up. So if you have a vendor event coming up, that's wonderful. But you want something that's going to really entice people over. So one of the things that I always like to have on the corner of my event table is what I like to call, it's like the $5 bin. It could be a I usually have minis for $3, and I'll have snack cups for $4, and I'll have other containers for $5. Some people like to do a $10 one. The key is that you don't want it to look junky. You don't want it to look like a yard sale. You don't want it to look like, a trash bin. You want it to look classy. So you'll see the one on the left there's got little shelves, and they've kind of hung everything. It looks really attractive. The one on the right's got a little basket there with the products in it sitting in front. So it's got measuring cups, salt and pepper shakers and a butter dish. So you could have some things, different things in it, and just say everything's $10. And that draws them over, and that allows you to start the conversation and to get their information so that you can follow up, so you can grow that business a little bit more. All right. So when you're thinking about getting out and being Tup-aware, okay, then there's some key things. And while this is really small, I just want to talk, I'm going to give you some keywords. I want you to write these down. The basic thing is that when you're out and about, you're there to connect and to ask questions. And there are 3 basic questions that you're always going to ask people. And the first one is, do you have a Tupperware lady? Do you have a Tupperware consultant? Do you have a Tupperware guy? Are you currently in touch with a Tupperware consultant? I just usually say, do you know anybody that sells Tupperware? Because you've got to make it your words. Those are my words. That's easy for me to say. And so you say, do you know anyone that sells Tupperware? And if they say no, then you're going to say, well, when was the last time you saw Tupperware? Went to a party, saw a catalog, had a chance to purchase. Okay, so write these words down, people, because you got to get this down pat and make it your word, but put it down there. Okay, do you know anybody that sells Tupperware? Who do you know that sells Tupperware? When was the last time you saw Tupperware? Went to a party, had a chance to purchase, saw a catalog. Okay, that's the second question. And then the third one is that you would love to be able to help them keep in touch, to keep in touch with them, help them learn about Tupperware, like what products we have, and would they, like to see a catalog? Would they like to be on your email list? Would they like to be, updated monthly with what's on special? So, which way do you do it? Do you text people with what's on special? Do you mail people a brochure? Do you email people? Do you use the Tup News, the email that goes out? Do you want to just get them to join your VIP group, in which case you have a scan, you have your flow code so they can scan it and go and like your group right there. They can like you. They can add your contact information into their phone. One of the things that I'll always ask them is, what we find is that what we really need right now in this area is someone to join our team. By any chance, do you know anyone that's looking for a way to make extra money? Because our Tupperware consultants with, 3 to 4 hours a week can make over $100, or more. And do you know anybody that could use an extra $500 a month? And so it gets that conversation started, but it also gives you a chance to put information out. And then once again, you always have your clipboard so that you can gather their information. So if you're not sure that you want to go quite that next step, that do you know anybody that might be looking to make some money? It could be them, of course, but you at least now they know, hey, with a couple of hours, I could make $100. If I, spent 3 or 4 hours a week doing this, I could make $500 or more a month. That could come in really handy. So they may think about it and then want to talk to you later. So this is why it's important that you capture their information. We've already talked about going out around your neighborhood. When you're at an event, a soccer game, things like that, you can do the same thing. You can ask these questions of people. Do you have a Tupperware consultant? Do you know anyone that sells Tupperware? When they say they do, this is important. If anybody ever says to you, yes, I have a consultant, you say, great, who is your consultant? That way they have to give you the name, because sometimes people just say that just to say that, and they don't really have a consultant. Although let's say somebody at work, I'll say, wonderful. So then you have an access to a catalog. You've seen our metal grill that goes in the microwave. You've seen our plastic that goes in the oven. You've seen our chopper that cuts 100 times with one pull. I always mention some of the products that I know people don't know about. So that gives me a chance to get in on that too. But this way, you can ask them, if they have a consultant. So what's your favorite new product? See, just you ask that question and then you shut up. Because the whole thing is that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, because we should listen more than we talk. So when we're asking questions, we have to stop and let them answer. Do you know anybody that sells Tupperware in the area? And you smile, because smiles make people feel comfortable, and they smile back, and then they go, no, I don't. And then you can proceed. But if they say, yes, I do, you say, oh, that's wonderful. What's her name? I might know her. Or you can say, then you must have seen the newest catalog with all of the great offers that are on special. And you shake your head, so that they look at you and they go, well, no. And you go, oh, well, I happen to have one of our sale brochures here. Would you like one? And then you can give them that, and you make sure that you get their information. Now, if you are doing a vendor event, this is really important too, that, depending on the group, the kind of event it is, some you can do this, some you can't. But like if it's an outdoor fair, I like to have a couple people working, so I can send somebody out walking around and just having little flyers that mention our booth, where we're at, and that it has a thing that says, stop by the booth for a free gift. Okay. Or stop by the booth and be entered to win a free, in our free drawing. And so you have that. So you send people out to direct people back to your booth. Okay, and so that's another really great way to do that. And so basically, the questions are always the same. It's just how you use them when the people come up to you. So these are a few things that are really great. Now, here's some things that we can. This is the drawing slip. There's lots of them out there. I just updated it with the new logo and stuff because I thought it was pretty. I like the new logo a lot, so I wanted to have that out there. I always want their name, their phone number, and their email. If I don't get the address, I don't get the address. But if I can get those and they tell me, would you rather I text you? Would you rather I email you? Would you rather I call you and talk to you? And then I have 4 things for them to check. Do you want to know about new products? Put me in the email newsletter. Do you want to know about hosting a party, being treated special, spoiled, rotten, get lots of Tupperware for free? Do you want to know how you can make a ton of money selling Tupperware? Or do you just, love Tupperware and you need some help? These are the people who might have a broken piece of Tupperware, and you can put that on there. I will take these slips, I will write notes on them, I'll write things about them on them so that when I follow up, I know who I'm talking to. I keep in touch with them that way. Now, I went to the $1.25 store, the dollar store that's not a dollar store, Dollar Tree that's not a dollar anymore. And they had these cute little boxes, these little Christmas gift boxes. Of course, I had to get this one because it says hip, hip, hooray, right? But this is a perfect one to have your little goodie bags, to have your mailers, to have your clipboard. They even had little clipboards for $1.25. And have your things in there. And you can just walk around with this, whether you're at the mall, whether you're at the park, whether you're at McDonald's, whether you're at an event, whether you're at an outdoor event that's going on in your area. Sometimes there's just musical events, and you could just hop around or take from person's blanket to person's blanket. You got to get past your fears. I know you feel like, oh, they're going to think I'm crazy. And they probably will, but that's okay because it's a good kind of crazy. So you just start talking to people and you offer them the opportunity to learn about Tupperware. And what's the worst thing that's going to happen? They're not going to be interested. And if they're not interested, that's okay, because you'll probably never see these people again anyway. So who cares? But you can still give them something with your information, maybe a recipe card. That's another really easy one to do. Print off some recipe cards with a Tupperware recipe, like it's a Tupperware recipe. Like right now I'm doing burp bread. Have you ever heard of burp bread? It's a bread you make in your Fix and Mix, and the Fix and Mix is on sale right now. So I've been giving out burp bread recipe cards. And of course, on the back of the recipe card, it's always got your contact info, because what do you do with a recipe card? You put it in your recipe card file. And then when they pull it out to make it, there's your information. And they go, oh, I need some new measuring cups. I need a mixing bowl. I need to call my Tupperware lady. So that's important. Another thing that you can do is you've been spotted using Tupperware. Now this weekend, guys, in fact, this is part of the challenge, okay? This weekend is Memorial Day, right? How many of you have plans for Memorial Day? In the comments, tell me what you're going to be doing Memorial Day. I want to hear about what you're doing Memorial Day. So on Memorial Day, you're going to be out and about. There's going to be, maybe some parades. There's going to be some parties. There's going to be some activities. People are going to be out at the park. They're going to be at the lake. They're going to be at the ocean. They're going to be on the river. There's just going to be out and about. So you want to be out and about, and you want to have your camera, your phone ready, because if you see somebody using Tupperware, and I am always looking for people using Tupperware, whether it's in, their picnics, whether it's they're walking around with a water bottle. Even when I go to other countries, I look for people using Tupperware, and I will find people. I was in a store and there was a girl using a Tupperware water bottle, and I went over. I said, "Oh my gosh, you have Tupperware!" I said, "Can I take your picture with your Tupperware bottle?" I said, "Because you've been spotted using Tupperware." And she went. And I took her picture, and I put it on Facebook, and I showed her right then that I put her on Facebook. And then I happened to have some little keychains with me that day, because I was in I carry keychains when I travel, and I gave her a keychain just because I met her. But this way you can give a little coupon that says you get 20% off any one item. And then you have your contact information, because it's redeemable only through this consultant. So you can use that also. So here's what the challenge is: to go out this weekend and find people using Tupperware. And then you're going to take a picture of people using Tupperware. So you've been spotted, and you're going to have this little card made up, and you're going to have them hold it. And you're going to take the selfie with you and them, and then you're going to post it on social media. And we're going to have a hashtag, and so the hashtag is going to be TupSpot. Okay, TupSpot. Okay, TUPPSPOT. Okay, you've been, so TupSpot. Okay, so hashtag TupSpot, because we're going to see who does it this weekend, and each of us is going to be checking to see who on the team's done it. You're going to post it on your public page. You're going to post it in your group, because we want to be able to see it. We want to create a buzz. Okay, and this is a practice for you to get out and do this, because we've got a big day coming up in June. On June the 8th, we have TupAware Day, and it's going to be a national thing. And so this is kind of our practice run this weekend to kind of get over your fears, get kind of comfortable talking to people, and get out there and see the people. So that's our challenge for this weekend. We're going to be TupSpot. Okay, TupSpot. So you spotted Tupperware, you've been TupSpot, and you're going to post that, and we're going to give away some prizes this weekend. Okay. The other thing is that you're going to need some reasons to find people. So we're going to kind of create a little scavenger hunt. And so this will be posted on your company page, which ones to look for. I'm going to be doing a drawing within my company, everybody who does this. I know all of the others are going to do something as well. And we're going to have a fun little drawing. Everybody who's been tupped, been tupped today, been talked to, tup it up. This is kind of like you've been tupped. And so if you talk to somebody, and like this one says, someone who buys Smuckerware, in other words, that, you see using Rubbermaid, you see using Gladware. Those can be somebody you walk up to and say, oh my gosh, can you help me with my scavenger hunt? I see you have Smuckerware. And they go, huh? Say, that stuff, the imitation, that's not the real Tupperware. I'm with Tupperware, and that's not the real stuff, but we're looking for folks who have Smuckerware. And I can enter you in a drawing if you'll give me your name and contact information. So once again, do you want a phone number? Do you want an email? How do you want to contact? And you get that. And then you're going to do a little drawing yourself, but you're also going to connect with your business leader. And, when you've maybe done 5 in a row or done 5 on the sheet, you get entered into a drawing for some free Tupperware. So yay, that's going to be great. There's some other ones on there, someone that has kids, someone that maybe had a Shape toy when they were a kid, or their kids had a Shape toy. Someone that has a citrus peeler in their home. You can ask them, do you have one of these? If they have one, great. Oh my goodness, then I can put you on this. If they don't have one, that's okay. You say, well, maybe you can be one of my other people, and I can give you a gift. I can give you a citrus peeler. So it's just another fun way of connecting and making it into a game, because really and truly, that's what it is. Meeting new people is a game. And the more people we meet, the more good fun we spread, the more joy we spread. Here's another example of a scavenger hunt. This one's just, got some different things. If you do all of them, then you've tupped it up, and you get to be in a drawing too. Once again, we will share these with you so that you have all of these fun little things here as well. All right, so that is it for tonight. Those are some just different ideas, different things to think about. So you've got 2 challenges coming up this weekend. The first of them is we're going to kick off the scavenger hunt. That's going to run starting tomorrow through Memorial Day. You've got this is your practice session, and I'm going to encourage you to get out and use some of these ideas. In fact, in the comments right now, guys, I want to know, what's one of the ideas that you heard that you're going to try? Are you going to try doing something out of the tailgate? Are you going to try going to the park? Are you going to try maybe doing some rocks and putting them out in your area? So you want to think about different things. So once again, the ones that you just put stuff out there, that's kind of leaving it up to other people. But if you get out there and you are talking to people, that's going to give you the connection. That's going to give you the name back that you can use to follow up. So scavenger hunt's going to kick off tomorrow. You're going to have all week to work on that. And then this weekend, we're going to do our TupSpot, hashtag TupSpot. every time you're out and about and you see somebody using Tupperware, and you can go ahead and start this week, we can start it tomorrow and we go through Memorial Day. This is just your practice. You're going to be on the lookout. And so this is where we're becoming TupAware, right? We're getting TupAware so we can get out there and meet the people. So go ahead in the comments, tell me what you love, what you're going to do, and let's get out there and let's have an amazing, amazing week of connecting with brand new people and giving us a chance to get the first time jitters out of the way. So when TupAware Day comes on June 8th, you're going to be ready to start snapping and snapping your pictures, your selfies when you're out and about and posting, because nationwide we're going to be doing some drawings and some you've been spotted type things across the country. So you'll already be ready because you've been working it and you're confident and you're ready to take it by a storm, because we want the Fab Five to have the most people out there being Tupperware. All right. So let's go do it, guys. Close to week 4, and let's get ready to create the biggest, best finish birthday month ever. Are you ready? Yes? Good night, everybody.